it's always hard to quantify these things, but I think the bottom line is that Australian farmers, particularly beef producers, can export more product to Japan, and of course Australian consumers get the advantage of cheaper Japanese cars. Then you have to say that's good for Australian industry and also good for Australian consumers.
So in terms of numbers and cents, Shane, when will Australians start feeling the benefits of this free trade agreement?
Well, in terms of car prices, they should start to come down fairly immediately whenever that's introduced, which I think is straight away. So if you're buying a $30,000, that's Australian dollars, Japanese car, that should fall by around $1,500. So there's quite a saving there, I think, for Australian consumers in this. So my feeling is that the economic benefit should start to become apparent fairly soon. I'm not going to revise up my economic growth forecast for Australia, but I think this has to be seen as a positive.
All right, you have the FTA with Japan, and Prime Minister Abbott is heading for South Korea to sign a deal there with the Koreans. Do you think that these free trade agreements will help fill the gap left by the mining boom?
They will certainly help. There's no doubt that Australia got a huge boost over the last few years as mining investment boomed. That's now coming down as quickly as it went up, and we need other sectors of the economy to help out. Obviously, agriculture is a big part of that, and the free trade deals certainly help on that front. And that combines with a recovery we're seeing in the Australian housing and consumer sectors, I think, to help fill the gap left as the mining boom slows down. So the Australian economy, I think, should come out of this in reasonably good shape with these sorts of initiatives.
And how does this bilateral FTA with both the Koreans and the Japanese impact the Trans-Pacific Partnership being sponsored by the U.S.?
Well, of course, there's all sorts of deals going on in various forums. And, of course, at the wider level, there's the ongoing negotiations with the World Trade Organisation. So these things do have an impact on that.